What's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday. It is the month of May. It is May 6th. I want to first start off saying, I got to send a big shout out, birthday shout out to my big brother, Richard Edwards Jr. It's his birthday. But tonight we're on house calls, and so we're changing sort of the tone because I realized over the months, what I've done is I've given people opportunities to hear from me what is actually some of the things that can help them in their transformation from one phase of their life to a next phase. But now I'm going to ask you all the questions. The next month is really going to be about me asking you all the questions. So tonight, as we move into episode 1 for the month of May, my episode is about if you had 24 hours to fix your life, where would you start? And so we want to let people know if you have any questions, if you have any concerns. I'm just not somebody who be on this platform to talk. I am somebody who has the system in place that can help you navigate through your life. Now, if you think that because you may know me or you may know of me, you knew me then, you don't know me now. I've been doing this work for over 40 years. I have touched millions of lives. I have touched states, 48 states in this United States of America with my work, and I have done 4 continents with this work. So this is not something I'm just here talking about. This is real work. So if you feel like you're going to come to me, you get on social media and put all your personal information out there, but you don't want to come to me or my group to get your work, your system worked so that you become a productive person in the life that you were born to be. But I'm just saying it. This is what you do. You can send us an email at rorytedwardsgroup.info@gmail.com. That once again, that's rorytedwardsgroup.info@gmail.com. Or you can send us an email at rorytedwards1@gmail.com. Or you can book a session at www.rorytedwards.com. What I say, everything I live on is on my name. I stand on my name because this is where I am going to provide you the best opportunity, because I'm not gonna ruin my reputation of the name that I was given. But let's talk about what we're talking about tonight. If you had 24 hours to fix your life, where would you start? So I want to read something to you. There are moments in our life when everything slows down just enough for you to hear yourself think. And in those moments, if you're honest, you don't need anyone to tell you what's wrong because you already know. You may not say it out loud. You may not even write it down. You may not even allow yourself to sit long enough to hear what you know is right. But somewhere in your quiet moments, there's a part of you that already has identified the area of your life that is not where it needs to be. Now imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and for whatever reason, life gives you a reset window. Not a fantasy, not a dream, but a real, tangible 24 hours where you are fully aware that you cannot waste a single moment. You cannot avoid anything. You cannot prevent any delays. You have 24 hours to begin to fix your life. Not finishing it, not pretending it, but beginning the process in the way that is real and intentional. So I'm asking you this question. It's real simple. But the answer is not, where do you start? It's how do you start? Do you go to your finances because the pressure has been building and you know it? Do you go to your health because your body is telling you something you've been ignoring is about to affect your overall health? Do you go to your relationship because you know there are conversations that should have not happened a long time ago and you're still carrying that into a new relationship? Or do you do what most people do when faced with a question like this and begin to move around the problem instead of moving towards it? So you'll take something that's in a pile in one room and move it to the next room and then say you clean this room, but you've cluttered that room, right? That's sort of hoarding in your own personal life. See, when people hoard, it's not because they are having problems. They just don't know how to declutter. We talked about that before. Because here's what I'm trying to tell you what you've learned after decades, or what I've learned after decades of working with people from all walks of life. The issue is rarely that people don't know what to fix. The issue is that they know exactly what to fix. And the truth requires a level of confrontation that most people are not ready for. So you know what the doctor has to do. I got to give you a diagnosis. What would you choose to fix first? Fix first in the first 24 hours, which is not random, and it's not situational. It's a diagnosis. It will reveal your awareness of how you are able to fix what you're doing. It will reveal your avoidance. It reveals the exact location of your instability in your life. But most people, they have time to concentrate on the problems, but time is not the issue. The issue is clarity. Without clarity, time gets filled with movement, not progress. You stay active, you stay engaged, you stay busy, but you do not move forward in the areas that would actually change your life. And over time, something dangerous begins to happen. You begin to build around the problems instead of addressing the problems. So like I said, you see something, all you do is move things around it to make it seem like you're decorating. But what you're doing is you're just adding clutter to the problems. You learn how to function with it, how to manage it, how to explain it, and in some cases, how to normalize it. What I say, you're decorating instability. Now let's talk about this discussion point, awareness versus avoidance. There's a difference between knowing something and facing something. Awareness is quiet. Avoidance is strategic. You can know something is wrong and still choose not to confront it because confronting it requires disruption. When I ask you where would you start, I'm not asking you what you think about in your life in general. I'm asking you to identify the place where your life has been quietly asking for your attention and you have been quietly redirecting it. Let's go with discussion point 2. Busy versus progress. Many people measure their days by how much they did instead of what they've changed. You can complete tasks, respond to messages, handle responsibilities, and still avoid one thing that would actually move your life forward. Movement without direction creates an illusion of progress. I'm going to say that one again because I think that really hits for people. Movement without direction creates an illusion of progress. So what is discussion point number 3? Normalize instability. The longer you live with something unresolved, the more it begins to feel normal. What once felt uncomfortable becomes routine. What once felt urgent becomes optional. And what once felt clear becomes something you will get to later. But later is where most things go to die. Now, how many times have we heard ourselves say that? Well, I'm going to get to that in a minute. You know, I can put that around our way because it really doesn't affect what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to make some things happen. So I have to go there. It's not that. It's the mere fact that you use later as an excuse to do never. So let me ask you a few reflection questions. What is the first thing you would fix? If you had just 24 hours to fix your life, what would be the first thing you fix? If you had 24 hours to begin changing your life, what would be the first thing that you would fix? What have you been telling yourself about what you haven't addressed? And if you're honest, what is the real question that you have not touched yet? This is where the Rory T. Edwards group comes in. We can help you identify some of these actual leakage of your pillars, of your 9 pillars. We can actually help you see where some of your pillars are cracked. Or we can also identify where some of your pillars have collapsed. We can help you restore, we can help you rebuild, and we can help you to renew your thought process as you rebuild the life that you were built to have. This is where we come in. We don't come in and tell you that this is a diagnosis or this is a symptom that everybody's dealing with, because we know everybody who's affected by these 9 empowered pillars is also based on their individuality. We don't have a cookie cutter, one cut all system. We identify the things that have affected your life and are affecting your growth. And those are the things that we will address. So once again, if you need to contact us, please don't be scared. If you know somebody who really needs us, reach out to us. All right. You can do it on RoryTEdwards.info. RoryTEdwardsGroup.info@gmail.com. Or you can do it at RoryTEdwards1@gmail.com. Or you can send us a request on our website at www.RoryTEdwards.com. And if you don't know how to spell it, that's why I'm wearing it tonight. You know how to spell it. There it goes. But let's talk about what you're feeling right now is not confusion. It's clarity trying to break through your normal routine. And this is the point where most people either lean into their clarity or they go back to what they believe is familiar and what feels comfortable, right? What people say, if it's not fixed, don't break. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But how do you know if it's broken if you've adapted it and adopted it as being normal, right? So if you're at a point in your life where you are tired of managing problems and you're ready to actually solve them, this is where I come in. This is where we at the Rory T. Edwards Group come in. Through the Empower 9 system, we just don't guess. We don't generalize, and we don't operate on surface level change. We identify where your life is leaking. We build structure around it, and we create a system that allows you to sustain growth. If that's something you're ready for, then this is your moment to reach out. Once again, www.RoryTEdwards.com. And I'm going to close with this. You don't need more time. You need a starting point. And if you've been honest in this movement, in this moment, then you already know where that is. The question is not whether you know what to fix. The question is whether you are ready to face what needs to be fixed. Because at the end of the day, the place you have been avoiding is not the problem. It is the doorway to the next version of your life. And it has been waiting on you. Even though you see it closed, you think it's locked. All you got to do is reach out, turn the handle, and walk into your liberation. That's what you got to do. This is what we do at the Rory T. Edwards Group. We don't do the conventional, ordinary stuff that people tell you. We're going to give you a diagnosis. This is what's been happening. No, we provide for you the actual system that is going to change the way you react, the way you behave, the way you make choices, all of those particular things that drive your life. So if you had 24 hours to change your life, what would you start with fixing? This has been your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards, and I want to say thank you for joining. And this is what we do each Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right here on Facebook Live. You can also follow us on YouTube at the Rory T. Edwards page. Right? So until we talk again, you be well. Look at how you're going to fix what's bothering you in your life. But if not, we're here for you. www.RoryTEdwards.com. Be well, and Ashe.